enjoy them as well. Look at that. A magnificent male leopard. This is the first time I've ever seen this particular leopard. And isn't he magnificent? He is rumored to be one of the biggest leopards that is currently in this area. In fact, in the whole of the Sabi Sand, it's thought that he is the biggest leopard here. His name is Anderson, and he is massive. So going back to treating the animal, we will dart it and then treat it. The vet will treat it. Now, Jenny, you wanted to know if any animals will eat their own kids. And no, very, very seldom. So what will happen is only in a situation where a female is absolutely desperate, if she's starving, there's a chance that she might eat her own babies, particularly with predators. But that hardly ever happens out here. But a big male leopard can be a serious threat to young leopard cubs. If he hasn't mated with the female, with the mother of the cubs, then he's not sure whether or not those cubs are his, and therefore he will kill her to be able to mate with her and to produce his own cubs. The same goes for lions as well, which is why those young Solana males that we saw earlier, the young male lions, that's why they've had such a hard life as well. Because they're just young enough that they would have been in trouble if a male coalition had come in. So male lions often kill cubs that are not their own. So whilst it's not a case of the animal killing their babies, it does happen that, for example, a leopard will kill leopard cubs and a lion will kill lion cubs. Isabella, you wanted to know why did I want to become a game ranger, and I personally think I have one of the best jobs in the world to be able to look at incredible creatures like this. Isabella, I actually always wanted to become a vet, but I'm really, really allergic to animals, so that was something that I decided when I was 18 that I couldn't do. I look back on it now and I think maybe I could have done it and that I just got scared. But I did manage to get the next best thing in terms of being able to spend time out here in the bush. So when I was 8, I went on a trip to the rhino camp in Lapalali, and I got to hand feed a black rhino that they had rescued, and I got to go on walks with rhino. And from the earliest age, from when I was, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7, I've always felt happiest when I'm out here in the bush. It's like I'm more myself in this particular place than I am anywhere else. I'm happiest here, I feel most peaceful here, and I always knew I wanted to work out here, and that's how it worked. And Jamie, hey, we share the same name. Jamie watches Animal Planet, and I'm so glad you're on board with us, Jamie. You watch Animal Planet and want to know why leopards hide in trees. So, although this is a massive leopard, he is still one of the smallest predators out here. A lion is much, much bigger, and even a hyena is probably about equal size. So leopards hide in trees because they are the best climbers, and it means that they can escape from other predators, because other predators will often aim to either steal a leopard's food or, in the case of a lion, actually try and catch and kill them so that there's less competition. So what a leopard will do, what a leopard is really good at doing, is actually grabbing its food that it's caught, a kill, and taking it up into a tree. Now, Anderson actually has a kill here, but before we look too closely, we're not going to go too close in, but he's got a warthog carcass up in the top of the tree. So we're just going to have a brief look at that. That's his food. It's basically like he's put it in a pantry, and now it's out of the way of any scavengers that might come through, because nothing can climb as well as a leopard can climb. Lions can climb a little bit, but not nearly as well as a leopard. So what he's done a very clever thing. He's moved his food off the ground, and now he knows he can sleep peacefully without anything coming to steal it from him. Don't forget, just talking about hyenas, don't forget that just because they do feed off or they do scavenge doesn't mean that they don't hunt, and they don't deserve that horrible reputation they have. They're actually amazing animals. We're going to sit here with this incredible male leopard for now. Let's jump on board with Steph and see what he's up to on his walk. Amazing male leopard, and look how full he is. He's had a really good breakfast, just like the lions we were with earlier. And you can see, remember what we were talking about? You were asking about why the lions were breathing like that. See that Anderson is breathing like that as well. He is also panting. That's generally what you see when predators have had a big meal. Now, Montana, you wanted to know, why do I say, wow, look at those teeth. You wanted to say why I said that leopards are so shy. Now, leopards are an interesting animal. They have learned that the thing that makes them so successful is that they have learned to be secret and solitary, and they like to hide in dense vegetation. A leopard, often you can walk right past a leopard and it will stay hidden. It won't get aggressive or try and run away. It just relies on its camouflage. That's why leopards can be very, very shy. Now, Anderson apparently, despite his enormous size, is actually quite shy, which is why we're very careful to give him plenty of space. But this morning, for example, Montana, because leopards can get used to people, this morning I walked right next to a leopard called Karula, and she was fine. Newsy, I think he's just lying down again. You want to know why leopards' ears move. So, actually, once upon a time, human beings could move their ears as well, and all of the animals do it. If you ever go, perhaps you have pet dogs or cats, or maybe you have friends with pet dogs or cats, look at the way that their ears function. So the ears are built to amplify the sound, so they make every sound bigger and direct it into the inner ear itself. And what that means is that he can move his ears around to choose which direction he's listening in, making sure that he can listen in every possible sound. So one ear might be listening in front of him, and the other ear might be turned back towards us and listening towards us. That's why leopards can move their ears, and you'll see it in all mammal species, or most mammal species. They can actually move their ears around. Now he has been moving his ears quite a lot today, and that's because it's really, really windy, which means that all of the leaves and the sticks blowing around, he has to listen to and make sure that it's not an animal coming to sneak up on him. Okay, we've only got a few short minutes and he's turned his back on us, so come, let's reposition and get a slightly different view before we have to say goodbye to you all. I'm so excited. This is the first time I've seen this leopard, and it's always very, very exciting getting to know different ones. You want to know if we send any animals to the zoo, and no, we don't. We don't send any animals to the zoo. There's no need to take our wild animals out of the wild here. The zoos have enough access to breeding programs and other animals from other zoos. They don't need to take any wild animals from here. And don't you think that's right? Don't you think that an animal that lives here in the wild, that enjoys all of the freedom of the wild, don't you think it deserves to stay here? I think so. Well, unfortunately, it is time for me to say goodbye to you all. So we're leaving you with this one last view of the leopard. So a big thank you to all of the Safari Live team involved, to the school for joining us. I hope you had a wonderful time. Enjoy the rest of your school day. And to all of our regular viewers, I'm so glad that we managed to get Anderson on camera. I hope you've had a marvelous sunrise safari, and we'll chat with you this afternoon. For now, though, goodbye and enjoy your day and this view of the spectacular Anderson male.